I am Edouard François. I'm an architect. My office is in Paris, and we are dealing with problematic near the sustainability. I'm working on this thematic since more than 15 years. I did very little building at the beginning. For example, a little building in Juppy. It was the first green facade, and slowly I had biggest commission, and so now we are working in quite different countries and expanded. Architecture is for me the way to build in our time. If you don't build in our time, it is only construction. So you have to think about what is the specificity of the time we are now, and to build it. If you build it, it will be something that is going to interest everybody and that is going to stay. That is something that is fixing the energy of the moment of a society, and it put it down for a long time. This is architecture. The role of the architect in our contemporary architecture is probably to be somebody that is in relation with sort of conscience, that is could understand artists, could understand builders, and is trying to make something with that. This is his main role. His role is not obviously to build. It could be in critics. It could be in it could be there in other companies, builders' company, in the government, to make this moment of the time arrive and fix it with a lot of energy. My office without innovation is nothing. So we innovated, we are making research all the time. We never do the same project, so it's always a new adventure. It's about development, and in a way we develop a process to innovate it, and so it's not a problem to do new things, to experiment new things as soon as you have this process. So we have, for example, a big workshop in our office with a lot of tooling machines, very big machines. We try a lot of things, and this is a part of the process of experimented. Networking has a certain importance. I think I begin my career with the help of the media, because the networking in France was so reduced that it wasn't possible to develop in that. And I think without the media that comes from other countries, like the Spanish media, like the media that you find, the very good media that you find in Holland, I couldn't develop my career. So this was my net, my natural net, and I didn't develop other network to grow. The importance of the internet is quite important, because you have everything on a very small place. For example, we throw the library, we throw all the things that the catalogs of reference, of bathrooms, of wood, of everything. So everything is in internet, so it goes very quickly. And actually, there's something interesting. The information with, for example, ArchDaily goes very, very quick. And this is something interesting, to be connected with information, what happens, and to introduce new ideas in the net. I think the recommendation for somebody who wants to build an office and begin his career is not to do like I did. It's too long. I try to do it very honestly, develop ideas, build the ideas, make it bigger. So I begin my career doing doing furniture for my parents, after a little bit bigger for my uncle, and then I arrived to meet decoration for one room for a baby, and then you cannot, the only thing you can do is to make it twice. And to arrive to my position, it takes me more than 30 years, and now I'm 55. So to go quickly is you imagine a project. For example, if you're France, you imagine a project in Chile, you do everything you wanted, and then you make believe that it's a real project. Because the real problem for architecture is to have the reference. As soon as you have the reference, you have the client. If you have the client, you have the reference. And this circle is something very difficult to break. So make your reference, don't care if it's true or not. You invent a client, you invent a night regions, you invent your problematic, and you say, now I build. What about running and starting an office? Starting, I was a little bit telling you how to start, is to break the circle of I don't have work, I try to have work. And I think you must don't worry about money. I think this is the way to engage yourself in architecture. So probably you will be in bankrupt. I did bankrupt twice time. You know, I'm there. You have to do everything you wanted, you know, because it's a profession that is difficult, and if you add the difficult of the money problem, and then you will arrive to nothing. So don't forget this problem. Do everything you wanted as free as you wanted, and you have to understand something with a client that is very important. Don't never speak architecture with a client. This is not their subject. They wanted you to speak about money, they want to speak about the program, and never speak your architecture. You're not there to say that it's a good thing, not a good thing, you know, this is in your brain, this is too complex. And the other thing is you have to educate your client. This is very important. For example, I used to say to my client that the reality kills the idea. And I say to my client, look by the past, the project that was very strong for you, and that you were thinking you challenge. And now think about this project when they were built it. And you think they are still challenging? They say, no, they look to nothing. And I said, you have to make it very, very challenging. So as it's going to be built, you will have just a little bit. So they accept to enter in a sort of craziness world, to have something in their hand at the end.